जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Hyderabad 50 एक्सप्रेस পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন कृपया ध्यान दियो.
A belter of a wicket at Guwahati. Welcome back to Cricbuzz Live. I'm Saiyami Kher. I have Lisa and Harsha Bhogle with me. Punjab have ended up with 197. But is this going to be enough considering the dew and everyone sliding around because of the dew?
Yeah, look, certainly they started off well, didn't they? I mean, Prabhsimran Singh scoring his first half century, really important. He was the foundation because he was able to hit straight through the line, found the boundaries with ease, whereas Shikhar Dhawan was going at a runner ball and just kind of getting the one and getting up the other end when really you kind of, looking at that pitch, I felt, hang on, you need both guys to be going because it certainly looked like an absolute belter. But you talk about the dew, that certainly has been an issue. I think maybe one of the first times I've seen in a long time the ball being changed.
Yes.
14?
After 14?
Yeah, so, you know, a little bit of an advantage. I think Ashwin was able to get the Karam ball out and bowl well, but, you know, I think other than that, it's going to be hard to defend that total.
I think about 15 short, I think. 15, 16 short. And it'll all come down to a debate that we've been having for the last couple of years about the role of an anchor player. Does the anchor player exist? Because you look at what Shikhar has done now, he scored a strike at 153. That means he's played a sort of 185 kind of game. Is 185 par for this? If 185 is par, he's played a good innings. But if 185 is not par, if 205 is par, then he's actually dragged the score down. He was 30 of 30. Next 26 balls, he's at 56. So you can look at this and say, oh, well, he played well, strike at a 153. At the tail end of the innings, someone might have got these runs. But those first 30 balls, he only got 30 runs. And as we talk about this a lot, Lisa and me and Bish, and we've been having a debate on this for a long time, those balls don't come back. So I actually think they're about 15 short. I thought Shikhar should have gone from the beginning. So...
But Prabhsimran, on the other hand, he was hitting everything that came his way. I was really surprised because in the pre-match show we spoke about Trent Bolt and how Prabhsimran's never played him, but he was so impressive against Bolt. Of course, with Yuzi and Ashwin, they were struggling because of the dew, but he was so impressive against a Holder and a Bolt. Yeah,
I think what set him slightly different to everyone else was how still he was at the crease. He wasn't looking to move around too much. He's a strong guy. He's got a strong base that once he's able to actually stay there, he can hit through the line. I also think that Rajasthan bowled poorly to him. And I think we said it in the com box that I felt like they just bowled slot delivery, so that step hit length, and he was able to hit, free his arms up, and he's a strong guy, and he cleared the boundary with ease. So I think the Royals got it wrong. However, I think Jason Holder and Ravichandran Ashwin bowled really well. When you look at the bowling figures for the Royals, they're the two standouts, and I think Holder needs a standing applause because the ball was wet, but he was still able to execute and bowl to his field, and that was certainly evident even in the last over.
I just thought, look at Trent Bolt. Did the ball swing at the top? Because there's two Trent Bolts. When the ball swings at the top, he's among the best in the world. We talked about that.
Yes.
She let Mid-Stark slip in also. But we talked about that at the start. But if the ball doesn't swing, then someone like Prabhsimran saying all he had to do was pick the line and hit through the line. And so it helped him. I'm not taking anything away from young man. He played fabulously. But the ball was coming in straight lines. And that helped him. That is why I was a little surprised Shikhar didn't go a little harder at the top. So the ball didn't swing. But when the ball got wet, you look at the point Lisa makes. Ashwin 4 overs 25. That's a champion spell.
Yes.
And then to concede 7 of the last over from Jason Holder.
Yeah.
Because so look at Chahal. You see Chahal so many times when the ball is wet, because that leg break is not turning, he's got nowhere to go. I think Asif looked a bit raw. What surprised me was they bowled first, but they didn't pick an extra bowler. They could easily have picked a sixth bowler somewhere. There are 3 subs in their impact player substitution. They were all bowlers. So I thought they might have picked an extra bowler to start off,
And then sub back.
sub Padikkal back in.
Yeah.
So I was a little surprised they didn't have an extra option because Asif was looking a little raw in those situations. Then he bowled a wide, he bowled a no ball at the end. So I was just a little perplexed by that
I just
call.
think in T20 cricket you need your sixth option.
Yes.
Because something could happen. Someone, it doesn't matter how good a player you are, Chahal, we saw.
Yeah.
If things aren't quite right, conditions aren't quite right, you can go. You can go for plenty of runs in T20 cricket. So yeah, I think they missed a bit of an opportunity there for them.
So now they've got the batter in now, the extra batter to replace
Jurel's
Chahal,
come in, yes.
Dhruv Jurel. Yeah. But you look down that side, no, Rajasthan Royals. This is all the batting that they have. The only other batter they had, and he's had decent time with Kerala, is that Abdul Basit, but that's all the batting they have.
But you know, Dhruv Jurel comes in, and this is something, when things go right, everything goes right. Like the top order really worked for Rajasthan. But if there's that bad day when the top order doesn't work, we've got a very interesting question on Ask Cricbuzz, where they're asking us what happens if the top order doesn't work. Is RR making the best use of Devdutt Padikkal? Should he bat at number 3 and Samson at 4? Just to kind of give that little, now because Jurel comes in, he is also there in the middle order. So what happens to Padikkal then?
Well, we had the conversation yesterday where I think Padikkal's best position is actually opening.
Yes.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he's in a side where the openers are pretty good and they're going well. So yeah, when he opened Bangalore, you can see the numbers, 125 strike rate,
Average
good
is better,
average.
yeah.
Yep. But then middle order, it drops down, and even strike rate, it's there and thereabouts, but he's not having the big impact. You can see no 50s, no 100s there for Rajasthan. So you wonder how much longer are they going to keep him down there, or is he best next year go somewhere else potentially?
Might be good for his career.
Yeah.
Go
But
somewhere
a
else.
little unfair for me to say this, but like Jaiswal, who's opening, he's also done well at number 3. I mean, it's not, you don't want to dislodge him because he's doing well there, but can you slot in Padikkal maybe to open and get Jaiswal down?
My theory is that the best batters in your team earn the right to bat at the position that they are best at. And if you're not among the best 3 batters in your side, then you make the best of the position that you
down,
get.
yeah.
So because Padikkal is not delivering as much at number 4, you don't move Sanju Samson away from there, because then now you're batting 2 players in the wrong place. So Sanju Samson has earned the right to be number 3. Josh Butler has earned the right to be there. Jaiswal got him off to a cracker the other day. So your best batters play in the position that they are best at, and everyone slots around them.
But do you sometimes feel like a Butler had made the statement that he should he'll grab the opportunity and play wherever he's given a slot to play. So sometimes when probably form is on your side, like a Jaiswal's in great form, you'll say, okay, let's make way for a Padikkal who probably find his form then.
Yeah, it's hard in these type of tournaments because you don't want to lose, you don't want to disrupt a winning formula or someone that is flying. You tend to maybe from a bowling point of view rest, but batters very rarely do you see them slot down to give other players an opportunity, because I think it just disrupts their flow. And when someone's red hot, you don't know when it's going to come next time, so you just keep going until your luck runs out. I wouldn't change or tinker just yet. They'll try and find ways of, I think, giving more time to Padikkal out in the centre, and it may just happen naturally with wickets falling. But I think Joy was saying yesterday that he hasn't been well, so it's actually good that he's here playing, and this year may not be as successful as he would like, but he's on the park and he's building towards something maybe in the following summer and following IPL.
You know, Sammy, suppose you're the best English anchor going, but you can also do a little bit of Hindi. There's someone else who can't do Hindi, but is not as good as you at English. Would you like to go and do Hindi and get someone else to do English?
I mean, it's a trick question. If he's a friend of mine, we'll say, okay, let's work this out, because I want him to be in the studio, I want to have fun together. So if you want Padikkal to be in the 11, then you know that friendship of, okay, let's see how we can get him back into form. So that's
Padikkal's got to sit in his room and say, number 4 is what I have now. What best can I do with number 4? How do I reinvent myself number 4? Look at Shimron Hetmeyer. He goes in the CPL, he bats at 3. But here his position is 5 or 6. Look at Rajapaksa. For Sri Lanka, he bats 5-6. That great innings he played in the Asia Cup final came at 5, I think. But here his role is at 3. So you've got to be in the T20 game versatile enough to say, okay, this is my role. Now what's the best that I can do? Can I develop some shots? Can I start playing the lap shots? Can I run hard and hit 2s? But you've got to be able to reinvent yourself.
No, absolutely. We'll see what he does today because, in case I want the top order to fire because I want to see a fiery knock from Butler and Jaiswal again. But in case they don't, I'm looking forward to seeing what Padikkal does.
She likes Padikkal.
Yeah,
I really like Padikkal.
She likes
Yeah,
Padikkal.
there's a soft spot, isn't there? Oh,
There
look
was
at
a-
her. She's blushing
There was
a little
a
bit.
soft spot that came up 5 minutes ago.
I know, because I just feel that knock when he was playing for RCB,
Yes.
it was almost
Tell
like
me.
I was seeing like this young UV. There was just so much in Padikkal, and then unfortunately just tapered down.
Especially those games in the UAE. He played,
Yes,
he played
he was
beautifully for
beautiful.
RCB.
He was
yeah.
beautiful.
And that's why he got a big contract
He
here.
was beautiful.
That's why he got a big contract here. Okay, I'm just going to keep quiet for a while.
No, I think we should change the topic. Let's look
ladies,
at-
gentlemen, there's the two ladies.
Yeah.
If I said what they did, you'd call me names, but they're saying that to each other.
We're just talking
Padikkal.
about his beautiful
Yeah.
cricket.
What do
No,
you
no,
think
no. Let's change
What do
the
you think of
topic.
Padikkal?
Enough of
What
Padikkal.
do you think
Let's look at Punjab's playing 11 and see what their bowling is, because Arshdeep, of course, has
Who do
become.
you think will bowl best to Padikkal?
Look at her. She's got all giggly. This is great. We know her weak spot.
I think Harpreet Brar to Padikkal would go well for Padikkal. Rahul Chahar to Padikkal would go well. Now, okay, let's get serious. They've got a sub in a fast bowler.
Yeah, because obviously the Jew's going to be a real
Last time they had
handful.
Rishi Dhawan coming.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think I'm just trying to think who they'd take out. Who was?
But Rajpaksa has gone anyway.
Oh yeah, Rajapaksa.
Rajpaksa has gone
yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, it's another big blow.
Shikhar scored 86 for 1. He took
Yes.
a batter out with him.
Yeah.
So they'll probably get Rishi Dhawan.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got this other bowler who had a very good season, but he's not in that list. I was looking at that guy called Baltej Singh, but it's very clear they'll go with
Rishi Dhawan again.
Yeah.
But what can we expect from Arshdeep? Because we know that the dew is going to be a real concern right now.
Yeah.
But Arshdeep 2.0, who's always good at the death, has looked very good even in the first few overs. So what can we expect from him in the power play?
Yeah, well, I think they've got to just take the brand new ball and they've just got to hope that it swings or there's some kind of movement. His record has been excellent in the power play, and the problem is that as soon as the ball starts running on the outfield, the seam will start to get soft and it just gets a little bit slippery and it won't do anything as a new hard cricket ball. So they've got to kind of go at the top, expect it to swing, try and get it to swing for as long as they possibly can. And then once that happens, then figure out a way of still being able to execute. And, probably looking in the future at the death, maybe not looking for your Yorkers, because I think we already
That's
saw
what happened to Asif, didn't it? Yeah.
you got one slipped, no ball. So that's when the game could get really tight. So they're going to have to find other ways of kind of bowling, death bowling.
Another matchup I was really excited for was Butler and Chahar, because yes, Butler's in great form, but if at all one has to say, it was that leg spinner that troubled him a little bit. So
Can they get him up early before the ball gets wet?
Yeah,
But is that a chance you can take against Butler in the power play?
It's a big risk, isn't it?
but like Ashwin came in the power play. He came in the 5th over, I think.
Yeah, but he tends to bowl in the power play. Very rarely do you see. I think I've seen even Rashid Khan only bowl a
Occasionally,
handful of
yeah.
times in the power play.
The best season that he had, Rahul Char, when he was playing for MI in 1920, I think he always bowled the middle overs.
Yeah.
I don't think he ever came on in the power play. So it'll be hard on him, because once the ball gets wet, it'll be very difficult. The ball will just skid through straight. So they'll probably wait to see if it changes around 13, 14 and quickly get 2 more overs of spin while that ball is dry. But dew is going to play a huge part in this match.
Yeah, because we could see that almost from the 7th over, you know, you were talking about how Butler, when he took that catch, it was in the 6th or 7th over. But like Ashwin as well, with the dew, has managed to bowl a great spell. So, I mean, we can expect that from...
But he's also a great bowler, no? Yeah.
He is a great bowler.
Yeah, I guess there's a bit of a difference with finger spinners and wrist spinners. So, finger spinners, they can find a way to hold it on the leather and not on the seam. And wrist spinners, there's a lot more that can go wrong. That's why we all say it's one of the hardest skills to bowl. So
And that's why Chahal, 4 overs 50?
yeah.
I remember a game in South Africa. Ball was absolutely soaking wet and Klaasen just went after him. He might have gone for 60 runs or so in the 4 overs. Because for a wristy, there's nothing you can... What do you do if you're a wristy? You've just got to maybe try and ping it into the pads.
Just
or
out the front of the hand.
Yeah, front of the...
But Lisa, you've been in a lot of dugouts. So what is the mood right now? Because we are all talking about how the due. It doesn't seem very positive when you've got a 197 and then you keep talking about the due factor. What is the atmosphere in the dugout at this point?
Well, I certainly think that the Royals will be thinking they're under. So they're going, this is absolutely chaseable. So we've just got to utilise the power play, go hard, and then just keep going, because the ball will slide onto the bat really easily. We can kind of skid it across the ground and bowlers won't be effective. Whereas for Punjab, they'll be thinking, okay, well, how are we going to... There's got to be a block, a period of probably 3 or 4 overs that we win that battle. Yeah. And if they can and reduce the runs and maybe pick up a couple of wickets, then I think it is game on. But other than that, I see Rajasthan.
I've got a trick question for both of you all, because I've got some information. If you all answer this, I'm going to give you all the little chocolate cake that I have. I'm going to share it with you all. Is someone else has come to open with Yashasvi Jaiswal? Any guesses there?
I keep looking at the app, so I know the answer. So you'll have to ask her.
Lisa?
She's blushing.
All yours.
But it's... No, it's not.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Why? Oh, sorry. Any guesses?
Ashwin.
Did you also look at your app?
No, she's only got stats on her iPad. Yeah, she's only got stats.
What are they thinking?
I don't know.
No, they want him to go hard. He's done that in the past, hasn't he?
So they think down at 8, because he really should be batting 8 with Jason Holder in the side. Down at 8, so they're just sending out a kamikaze man, saying go swing your bat.
We don't care.
And see what you get. And if you can give us 20 of 8 balls, you've got us going.
Okay, so Jaiswal started with a 6, so we need to quickly do our prediction game, because there's lots happening and we need to get to the game. So at the
70. At
the power play 70, Lisa, for you?
72.
Ouch, that's... I'll go with 80. I'll just be a little
80?
brave. Yeah.
Vertical.
Yeah, they...
Sorry.
Okay, I need
we're
to end
giving her
this.
a hard time.
I really need to end this
Sorry, we're
quickly
giving her
now.
a hard time. It's only day 2. It's only day 2.
Yeah, we'll get to the factor the next time we're together, but I should wrap this quickly because Ashwin is opening with Jaiswal. Don't forget to join us at the 10-over point, the Cricbuzz Combox. We'll see you soon.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೆ
Hyderabad Express Polobosi Station Netaji Bhavan. कृपया ध्यान दें